as we welcome in our pal, Joe Convertino Jr. from CH Insurance for our Cup of Joe this week. Joe, how are you?
Good morning. I didn't have time to get my coffee this morning, guys. Not like me.
That's because it's
me.
right on the stinking button. That's why.
You guys are efficient with a capital E.
Yeah. Don't try that at home. That's professionals only. So, Joe, what have you been up to?
Just grinding along as we're back to winter. So the clubs are now back out of the car, out of the trunk, in the garage.
That's a good. That's step one.
So step one, they're out of the basement. They went out a little bit a couple weeks ago and last week. Now they're back out of the car in the garage this morning.
All right, baby steps, right? Baby steps.
I know. What about some office pools, Lisa? Great time of the year, March Madness. We're going to start with you, Lisa. Who do you like?
I am not doing it in protest because SU isn't in it. So there.
That's so nice. That's great. There's a loyal fan. Well,
and who else am I going to vote
Lisa,
for? Yeah. Well, the women's
ladies,
bracket, but
Coach Leggett.
Yes.
I bet on her.
Yeah, what a great team, man. That women's hoops is just so competitive. It's great.
I saw the story this morning, Joe, that it was ticket packages for the tournament games, and the average men's tournament ticket package, whatever, was like $224 for however many games. But for the women's, it was like double that. I mean, it's in higher demand. And,
you think it's Caitlin Clark syndrome?
Well, that's a big part of it. I mean, she's been a big draw, and just in general. And it was a former NBA player, no, maybe a current player. I want to say it might have been Kevin Garnett. I just seen on a podcast yesterday, asking the guy he was doing the broadcast with on the podcast to name. He mentioned 3 or 4 of the big women's basketball names in the country. Including Caitlin Clark and a couple of the girls on LSU. And then he challenged the guy he was in the podcast with, name 5 guys on NCAA men's teams this year.
Oh, you're right. That would be tough.
Right? And it was a pretty good challenge. It was right on the fly like that. So the guy had to struggle and here's an NBA player.
Wow.
But, the fact that women's basketball has just grown exponentially and is really at some level a higher profile.
It definitely is. What about the statistic I heard? The only team to make it to the dance in New York State, Colgate, right down the road from us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, that's true.
Coach Matt Langle, back to the guys. I mean, no St. John's, no Q's, but our Colgate Red Raiders. So we'll be pulling for them. They play Baylor, I think, later.
Tomorrow, I think.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
so we got to root for Red Raiders.
It's like a lunchtime game. So if those who might be catching the flu, that's the time you want to start. So, Joe, what have you been working on there from your end at CH Insurance?
Well, I don't know if you guys saw I did something and I wanted to touch base on. It was called insurance rates and what is really going on with these premiums and why they seem to be increasing. I don't know about you guys, everybody's seeing a little bit of this and that, and it's hard to believe that inflation came into even our business, and that's because the cost of construction, try to get a plumber today or someone to fix something, obviously it's 20 to 30% more. So what's happening, it's now affecting insurance renewals in both, personal insurance and business insurance. And, I don't know if you guys have felt the pinch a little bit, but
sure.
I wanted to bring that up.
No doubt.
Even in the auto, I mean, when you try to fix your auto, it's taking longer. Parts are hard to come by. The cost of the repair for both labor and materials is supposedly outpacing inflation. So that's where we're seeing the premiums go up. So even people that have good credit, pay their bills on time, and have no claims, are feeling the pinch. I've never seen anything like it. So now your next question is, well, what do we do about it, right? So the beauty of a place like CH Insurance, guys, is we're an independent agent. So we have 8 to 12 insurance carriers for different demographics, for different types of situations, right? Kids are in college, not in college, who owns a business, who has a company car. So we try to place you and take a peek with different options every 2-3 years. That's the beauty of being with an independent agent like CH, because we have many carriers to analyze your situation.
Okay, again, one of the benefits of having a local guy like you and the guys at CH Insurance. Mm-hmm. Well, it's complicated, and I know, because people get you open up the mail and you open up that that premium comes, and you might have to sit down. It's like, whoa,
yeah.
Hang on a minute here.
Like you guys, how do you even know who your insurance carrier is, Gomez? The agent.
I do. Yeah, it's a local guy that we've had for a number of years, and full transparency, my wife pays all of the bills and such, so she's the one responsible. But absolutely, yeah, and it's someone that we like and we've had a great experience with.
Right, and you trust that person, and you're going to still change when things get different. What about you, Lisa?
Yeah, I'm thinking about, I've got to take that that class that lowers your car insurance, even though there's nothing wrong. I just, it went up, and I'm like, oh, come on, for no reason really. But at some point during COVID, I will say, my old car got hit. It was parked and it was hit. And they took the mirror right off as they drove by, probably on their phone. Took the mirror right off, and I went to the insurance company, and it was during COVID. So instead of just replacing the mirror, they had to total the car because they couldn't get parts or whatever. And they said, you know what, we're just going to total it. I'm like, yeah, but will this affect my insurance? And they assured me it wouldn't, but I'm thinking maybe it did in the long run. But isn't that interesting? They wouldn't they wouldn't fix the mirror. They had to total the car because it was cheaper.
Isn't that? Yeah. Well, because the mirror would have taken, let's call it 40 days, and then we're seeing a lot of that. And that's the cost of where we're all paying for it now. And they total cars, and it probably didn't need to be totaled, but it was probably less costly to insurance. I've never heard that situation over a mirror. But you're probably paying for that now. So, what she's talking about, to our listeners is defensive driving. You can take that online, save 8 to 10% of your premium, and it's good for 3 years. You just got to show the certificate. The other ways, if you had some home detection devices, things of that nature that can help offset the premium, a generator, that would help. And businesses, obviously, if the businesses is sprinklered, alarm, things of that nature to fire and police, those are discounts that you can get on both business and homeowners or auto policies. Again, work with a trusted advisor that hopefully is in your corner, to help you, guide you along this maze of insurance. So we're here to help if anyone needs us.
So Joe Convertino Jr., CH Insurance, our cup of Joe. And Joe, have a great day. I'll talk to you in a couple weeks and hopefully see you out on the range here before long.
You got it, buddy.